Ladies and gentlemen, fight fans all around the world, let's talk some boxing. So shout out to Fight Hub TV. Fight Hub TV is a place you need to go to check out videos on boxing. I do like it. I get my information from there. I also want to talk about Dante's Boxing Nation. Shout out to Dante at this point in time as well. I'm going to use both of them, right? These videos. Now, first and foremost, we heard that Arum said that Pacquiao is going to have to face Terence Crawford, okay? Now, Freddie Roach comes back and says that Manny Pacquiao, the thing about it is they have some sort of guarantee inside of their contract or whatever they have with the Top Rank that they guarantee $20 million and they want their $20 million. Freddie Roach proposes that Crawford said he wanted $7 million to Arum, and Arum said, no, I don't know about that, okay? And so Freddie Roach sometimes mixes truth with error, but the point of the matter is they're going to have a $20 million guarantee in the contract if they face anybody. If they face Ricky Burns, if they face Jeff Horn, okay? So I don't see that really as a point that Freddie Roach is making. If it's a guarantee in their contract, it's a guarantee in their contract. That means, what, Pacquiao's not going to fight anyone? So when fighters start to bring up money, it shows a hesitancy, even though Freddie Roach is talking about Manny Pacquiao talking about $20 million guaranteed or whatever. Now, the thing about it is that Terence Crawford is that dude right now. He's the hottest name right now in this division. He is the man in this division. He's the unified champion. And so it doesn't really matter what anyone says. Terence Crawford, in terms of top ranked stable, is the next guy that Pacquiao really should face. This is what the fans think. Of course, in my opinion, I don't think it impacts Pacquiao's legacy per se. You know, you always look at the legacy of a fighter, you look at their body of work. So you just look at his body of work, and I think he's avenged every single loss he's ever had, except for some early losses at flyweight, I think. But other than that, he's avenged every single loss in his career. So kudos to Pacquiao, except for Mayweather as well. Sorry, my bad. Now, as to Terence Crawford, well, Terence Crawford has the world of opportunities ahead of him, and whether Pacquiao's in his career or not, he's going to build his own legacy, or he's going to build a legacy on top of Pacquiao. Like I said, at the age of 38, this is when boxers tend to go downhill. Some go downhill before, some will figure it out. Obviously, Pacquiao's having to fight more fighters that are knowledgeable about a blueprint that is set out to beat him, and so I can understand his hesitancy to face Terence Crawford, but if I were Manny Pacquiao, if I were Freddie Roach, I'd push to face Terence Crawford the next fight and get that out of the way, so that if I were to lose to Terence Crawford, I could go on and face somebody else and end on a winning note. You know what I mean? Because Crawford is the goods. He definitely is the goods. Now, he's not as quick as Manny Pacquiao. I gotta give Pacquiao has the quickness factor. Pacquiao's gonna get some punches in on Terence Crawford. You know, I was listening to another interview with I think it was Fight Hype and Sean Porter's dad. And Sean Porter's dad was saying that Terence Crawford's gonna beat Pacquiao in spectacular fashion. Maybe. He hasn't faced anybody like Pacquiao. If they face at welterweight, Pacquiao's gonna be the guy who's faced bigger guys than Terence Crawford. So I'm not too sure if Terence Crawford will make mincemeat of Pacquiao. I don't think so. I think it's a little trickier than that. But what I can say is, from what I've seen of Terence Crawford and his skills and abilities, he's very capable of beating Manny Pacquiao. Very. Doesn't mean he'll beat him. Doesn't mean that at all. But he's very capable of doing that. So, he has not faced a Manny Pacquiao. He's never faced somebody on the level of a Manny Pacquiao either. Victor Postol's probably the highest level opponent he's faced in his weight class, and Victor Postol is nowhere on Manny Pacquiao's level, okay? So he'll be dealing with a number of different other variables, but he will do his homework. He's smart. He's very skilled. And that's going to make a difference when he's fighting Manny Pacquiao. As to Ricky Burns facing Manny Pacquiao, I'm not really impressed. That's a weak opponent in my opinion. Jeff Horn's a weak opponent in my opinion. Nobody knows Jeff Horn, and as Freddie Roach said, nobody really knows who Jeff Horn is. So why would Pacquiao face somebody who's like a no-name? Nobody knows him. Ricky Burns is better, he thinks, but in my opinion, not as good as a Terrence Crawford. Okay, now people wanted to come down. I was watching this interview with Jeff Mayweather when Andre Berto faced Floyd Mayweather. Everybody wanted to come down on Floyd Mayweather because Andre Berto wasn't a top 10 opponent as rated by the Ring or universally by boxing bodies. Okay, he was probably by WBC, but he wasn't, or WBA, but he wasn't by universally. Berto had some very good knockout wins. We're talking about Berto just mowed down everybody he faced so far. But I also believe that he was nowhere on Floyd's level, and this was not even going to be a competitive fight. It turned out to be that. Now, I want to just say a couple things, though, which are very important, and I'm done. The first thing is that when you're talking about these kinds of fighters, Manny Pacquiao, you're talking about Floyd Mayweather, you cannot say that these guys didn't fight everyone in their given era. Okay? So Pacquiao's work's done. I don't know why he continues to fight, to be honest with you. He should have stopped at Jesse Vargas if I'll just retire. Him stalling and trying to get other opponents, Jeff Horn or Ricky Burns, it's just stalling the inevitable. I mean, if you're going to face Terrence Crawford, you face him early, you face him now. The longer you wait, it's just the worse it's going to be for you because he's just going to get more experience. So you really want to face him like with Canelo and Floyd. Floyd fought Canelo at the right time. You remember my last video was about timing, right? This video is you got to face guys at the right time. And the right time to face Terrence Crawford is this coming time right here. Because if you lose to Terrence Crawford, you get to end your career on a good note. I think Pacquiao's career is almost up anyway. He's probably going to have one more fight after this. Fight in April or May, whenever he's going to fight. And he's going to have another fight, maybe he'll fight two more fights. That's it. That's the end of Pacquiao's career. So if I were Manny Pacquiao, I'd face Terrence Crawford now, then later down the road. As much as people say Pacquiao can keep on going, I'm telling you, the dude is 38 years of age. 38. Okay? If I was Pacquiao, I'd face Terrence Crawford now. I have my greatest chance to beat him now, then put it off till a later time. That's just my opinion. I don't know. I may be wrong here. And kudos to him if he faces Terrence Crawford. If he has to face Terrence Crawford, he might as well face him now. If he doesn't have to face Terrence Crawford, and if he just decides he's going to retire from boxing, then face whoever you want. As far as I'm concerned, his legacy's already set. Terrence Crawford or no Terrence Crawford. And so Pacquiao has proven time and time again that he comes back from a loss, he bounces back. I mean, and he's fought two credible opponents. Jesse Vargas is a credible welterweight, and he's not the top welterweight, but he's a credible welterweight, and he won a world championship on top of that. And then, of course, Timothy Bradley was a high-ranking welterweight, and he is one of the top welterweights out there. So if Pacquiao has to face, say, a top junior welterweight, Terrence Crawford, make him come up to a welterweight, fight him. That's it. Basically, Pacquiao facing Terrence Crawford. I think he can handle the power Terrence Crawford because Terrence Crawford is not really a knockout artist. Okay, he's not. So he's a good boxer and he can break you down, but he's not a knockout artist. So what I'm trying to say is, if Pacquiao would have faced Terrence Crawford, his next fight, it would look excellent on his resume because Terrence Crawford was a junior welterweight. You bring him up to welterweight, full-blown welterweight. Bring him up to welterweight. Let him take his welterweight up there and fight Pacquiao at welterweight. Doesn't make sense Pacquiao coming down to junior welterweight because Pacquiao already, I don't think he can even make junior welterweight anymore. Not comfortably. So if I were Pacquiao, bring him up to welterweight. Don't do catchweights. Just do the full thing. It's up to Terrence Crawford if he wants to go up to welterweight. If Terrence Crawford says he's going to go up to welterweight, fine. And face him up there. Okay? That's that. That's really all you got to say. On that note, you guys have a great one.